Hello, and welcome to Historical Humans Reads, where we take primary sources and bring them to your screen. I'm Colum Coleman, and today we are reading from one of the greatest novels of the 19th century. Crafted by a literary titan with 60 years of novels and set during the 1932 June Rebellion in Paris, it is a story of moral dilemma and redemption that has been adapted to film, television, the stage, and music, most famously in 2012. It is, of course, Les Misérables by Victor Hugo. Having been sent into exile by Emperor Napoleon III during the time of the writing of this novel, Hugo focuses on exploring the plight faced by less fortunate members of French society and the persecution that blind adherence to political authority brings on them throughout Les Miserables. Today, we'll be reading Book the First, Chapter 3, A Hard Bishopric for a Good Bishop, from Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. And with that, let's begin. The bishop did not omit his pastoral visits because he had converted his carriage into alms. The Diocese of D is a fatiguing one. There are very few plains and a great many mountains, hardly any roads, as we have just seen, 32 curacies, 41 vicarships, and 285 auxiliary chapels. To visit all of these is quite the task. The bishop managed to do it. He went on foot when it was in the neighborhood, in a tilted spring cart when it was on the plain, and on a donkey in the mountains. The two old women accompanied him. When the trip was too hard for them, he went alone. One day, he arrived at Senez, which is an ancient episcopal city. He was mounted on an ass. His purse, which was very dry at that moment, did not permit him any other equipage. The mayor of the town came to receive him at the gate of the town and watched him dismount from his ass with scandalized eyes. Some of the citizens were laughing around him. Monsieur the Mayor, said the bishop, and messieurs citizens, I perceive that I shock you. You think it very arrogant in a poor priest to ride an animal which was used by Jesus Christ. I have done so from necessity, I assure you, not from vanity. In the course of these trips, he was kind and indulgent, and talked rather than preached. He never went far in search of his arguments and his examples. He quoted to the inhabitants of one district the example of a neighboring district. In the cantons where they were harsh to the poor, he said, look at the people of Briançon. They have conferred on the poor, on widows and orphans, the right to have their meadows mown 3 days in advance of everyone else. They rebuild their houses for them gratuitously when they are ruined. Therefore, it is a country which is blessed by God. For a whole century, there has not been a single murderer among them. In villages which were greedy for profit and harvest, he said, look at the people of Embrun. If at harvest season the father of a family has his son away on service in the army, and his daughters at service in the town, and if he is ill and incapacitated, the cure recommends him to the prayers of the congregation, and on Sunday, after the Mass, all the inhabitants of the village, men, women, and children, go to the poor man's house and do his harvesting for him, and carry his straw and his grain to the granary. To families divided by questions of money and inheritance, he said, look at the mountaineers of Delvonni, a country so wild that the nightingale is not heard there once in 50 years, Well, when the father of a family dies, the boys go off to seek their fortunes, leaving the property to the girls so that they may find husbands. To the cantons which had a taste for lawsuits and where farmers ruined themselves in stamped paper, he said, "Look at these good peasants in the valley of Queyras. There are 3,000 souls among them, mon Dieu. It is a little like a republic. Neither judge nor bailiff is known there. The mayor does everything. He allots the imposts, taxes each person conscientiously, judges quarrels for nothing, divides inheritances without charge, pronounces sentences gratuitously, and he is obeyed because he is just a man among simple men." To villages where he found no schoolmaster, he quoted once more the people of Queyras. "Do you know how they manage?" he said. "Since a little country of a dozen or 15 hearths cannot always support a teacher, they have schoolmasters who are paid by the whole valley, who make the round of the villages, spending a week in this one, 10 days in that, and instruct them. The teachers go to the fairs. I have seen them there. They are to be recognized by the quill pens which they wear in the cord of their hat. Those who teach reading only have one pen. Those who teach reading and reckoning have two. Those who teach reading, reckoning, and Latin have three. But what a disgrace to be ignorant. Do be like the people of Queyras." Thus he discoursed, gravely and paternally. In default of examples, he invented parables, going directly to the point, with few phrases and many images, which characteristic formed the real eloquence of Jesus Christ. And being convinced himself, he was persuasive. This has been an excerpt from Les Misérables on Historical Humans Reads. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more excerpts from original texts, please subscribe to be notified of the next one. If there's a work you would like to hear, be sure to like this video and leave a comment listing that one down below. Thank you for listening.